Hey, this is FRJ Tracing, and I'm back after a little bit of a hiatus with a lot of progress on Drift Crew game. Right now, I have a demo with my brand new wheel physics following my quote-unquote tire energy model. And what it'll also do is allow for when I get the building working again, for an engine, transmission, differential, and suspension model that all works together. And we're talking about dynamic forces being calculated in and out of the engine through the transmission depending on what gear it is. And overall, the amount of detail I've tried to implement into it is astounding. I'm also trying to make it so it's variable and tunable in real time. So things like downforce, spring settings, and power, whatever you want, I'm going to try to make it so you can either change it in real time in this demo, or you could also in the future, in theory, have different parts that have these different values built into them. So then you put like a 400 horsepower engine in, and you get 400 horsepower. So what this whole system will have is eventually building in full, and then these modular components which are currently kind of hidden at the moment. And then this chassis you see here is actually made and modeled by an up-and-coming modeler, Disturbed Force, from our Drift Crew server. So props to this guy. I mean, I think it's almost been a month or a little bit more, and he's already making stuff like this. And I literally just have to drag and drop it and change a couple things, and this is ready to go. Also, the system works to be completely modular, so when you put in a mesh or some kind of new asset, the framework and skeleton of it's all there. So in theory, once I have all this working how I want, I'm going to open the floodgate to people that would like to contribute to this through modeling or anything else, and also open this up for modders, because the template files are going to be very simple. Because I found a way to grab data from a 3D model, such as you can make in Blender, I can pretty much make it so that you put in the models and this just works. So let's just get right into the driving. First of all, I finally got the camera working so it's not fixed, and you can use the mouse to move around, and I also have Xbox One controller support. And then I have all the steering working. I have automatic centering, and then as you can hear, the engine's idling right now. And that's all through a automatic throttle position kind of controller. So when it's idling, right now I don't have anything on the throttle. It's actually calculating how to target that idle RPM by actually increasing the throttle position variable. So then we're just going to go right into this, start to see how it performs for driving. Crashed. So that's not too bad. I have a thing to reset the car if that happens. No problem. Another thing is, if we go into edit mode, which I have here, I can actually change the spring rate in real time, and you can see that already happening. I actually like to get the spring rate pretty low and turn the damping up, because you'll see you're going to get more weight transfer, but also it doesn't, your wheels don't lift up and lose traction. So let's start driving. So you can see a little bit more drift, but also wheels tend to stay on the ground, so the loss of traction is less abrupt. Just a little bit of drift there. And let's just floor it. Transfer. Auto clutch again prevented from stalling out. And then if I turn up the suspension, you can see it starts to get very out of hand. Let's just turn this all the way up. Let's return this up. See if I land or anything, it already starts sliding. There's no give in it, so the second you start breaking traction, there's very little recovering it. Crashing around. So there we go. That's a little bit of the demo. I've already released it for Drift Crew members and official Drift Crew testers. If you'd like to, or if you're interested in joining, please join the Drift Crew server and contact one of the admins or myself personally through Discord. I'll put a link in the description, and if you're looking forward towards this project, I hope that you can contribute towards hopefully notifying me of any bugs, anything weird, or just some ideas, or maybe even actual physical models and advice on making this a better game. Overall, the coding is no problem for me, but I'm not much of a modeler. I'm not much of someone that can put together these really amazing models. I can do it, but it takes me a lot of time, and that's less time of me bringing really quality features to the game. So this is definitely going to be a community-driven project, and the idea is that you can mod it. We're going to have online gameplay eventually, and hopefully this will be the replacement to Robocraft, because as you know, I followed a lot of that in the past, but considering current events, I'm starting to move away more and more from that and kind of focus my efforts all on my game. So yeah, it's been FRJH Racing, and have a good day.